Hi, I'm Mima, and I'm a grandma and a mom, and today I have a book for you. It's called I Live with Daddy. Daddy and I live by ourselves. Last fall, he and Mom got a divorce, and Mom moved out. I'm supposed to visit her apartment 2 weekends a month, but my mom is a television reporter, and she works a lot, so I don't always get to go. Mostly, I see her on TV. I miss my mother. Sometimes I think she left us because I did something bad, but Daddy tells me over and over that divorce wasn't my fault. He and Mom couldn't get along no matter how hard they tried. But we both love you, he told me, and we'll always take care of you, we promise. Daddy cooks great pizza and fixes the hems on the jeans Mom sends me. And I get to choose what I wear to school, so long as Daddy's remembered to put it in the wash. We clean house together, he mops and vacuums and gets the rings off the tub, I dust, and he doesn't yell too much, except once, when I accidentally let the hamster out of his cage. Ooh. I yelled back, Mom would have got me a dog. I thought he'd get angrier, but he just said, who has time to walk a dog? Here they are cleaning the house together. After school, I stay with our neighbor, Mrs. Bronstein, until Daddy gets back from work. She has a swing set, and when she pushes, I can almost kick the sky. At home, I check for email from Mom. She tells me about the famous people she's met and the great places that she has seen. On President's Day, Mom took me with her. We flew in a plane to New York City. There was a big television studio right off the sidewalk. We could look through a window and see celebrities being interviewed. While we were watching, the singer Blanca Lee came out. She said hi to my mom. They had met on a television show. Her driver took a picture of us, and when it was dry, she autographed it for me. My mom's not as famous as Blanca Lee, but the kids in my class think it's neat that she's on TV. So when we had to make a book for Writer's Day, I decided to write about my mother. Daddy helped me send an email to ask for some pictures, and a few days later a package came for me. Mom had sent 3 photographs. Her note said, Dear Olivia, I hope these will help. See you on Writer's Day. Love, Mom. Mom's coming, I told Daddy. He looked surprised. She almost never came to school. Oh, here's Daddy reading the newspaper. And that's when she said, Mom's coming. The next day, I took the package to class. Our teacher showed us how to make our own books. I pasted a picture of Mom on each page and made 2 drawings of how she looks on TV. Then I wrote a story. Here's the story. A television reporter tells the news. She knows everything that happens in the world. She gets to meet famous people. She is brave because she has to work in a tornado sometimes. This television reporter is my mom. I called my book Celia Beta Rollins for PNXT because that's what she says on TV. My friend Robbie thought that was cool. That night, I asked Daddy to print out my story on his computer to make it look like a real book. I've got a lot to do, he said. You'll have to wait. But after supper, he helped me. We cut the computer printout into 5 strips, and I pasted 1 sentence under each picture. I couldn't wait to show my mom the book. It was Writer's Day. We all sat on the floor of the school library. Daddy sat in the back with the other grown-ups. I looked around for my mom, but she hadn't come yet. Then our teacher introduced a real live author. He showed us sketches and layouts from his books, and we got to ask questions. Then our teacher introduced, I already said that, a real live author. He showed us sketches and layouts from his books, and we got to ask questions. Ravi wanted to know how old he was when he decided to become a writer, and he said 7. I asked him if he ever wrote about his family. No, but I usually dedicate my books to them, he told me. The author finished speaking, and everyone went to look at our books. Have you seen Mom? I asked Daddy. Nope, he said. Maybe she had to work. When some parents asked me about her job, he got a sad, funny look and went out to the hall to get some coffee. People were starting to leave, and my mother still hadn't come. She'd forgotten. I knew it. Ravi saw how mad I was. You should have made your book about your dad, he said. He comes to school all the time. It was true. Daddy never missed anything, even if he had to leave work early. What if he thought I loved Mom more than him? What if he left me the way Mom did? Ravi tried to cheer me up. You can make it up to him next Writer's Day, he told me. But that's a whole year from now, I said. Then I remembered what our guest author had told me. I could dedicate my book to someone. Ravi helped me find a library book the author had written. Do it like this, he said, pointing to the words in the front. I wrote my dedication on the first page of my book, opposite Mom's picture. I snuck it in my book bag just before Daddy came looking for me. I wanted it to be a surprise. Just as we were leaving, I heard someone call my name. It was my mother. I'm sorry I'm late, honey, she said. There was a big warehouse fire and I had to cover it. While Daddy waited on the steps, I showed her my book. It's terrific, she said. I'm so proud of you. Can we go out for ice cream? I asked her. I'm sorry, Olivia, Mom sighed. Not today. I have to get back to the studio. But I just had to see my little author. She gave me a long hug. You and I will do something special next weekend. I promise. As my mother drove off, Daddy ran down to me. I wish Mom could have stayed, I told him. He fixed my ponytail. I'm sure she wanted to. She loves you very much. Then he said, I know how much you love her, too, and that's just fine with me. I'm glad Mom remembered to come to school anyway. There's Daddy fixing her ponytail. And I'm really glad I remembered Daddy. And right there, she wrote on the book and dedicated the book to her dad. It says, to the best dad ever. Aww, and that's the end. What a nice story. I Live with Daddy by Judith Vigna. I hope you liked it. And maybe you live with your daddy. Do you live with your daddy? Or maybe you live only with your mommy. Sometimes that happens too. And sometimes you live with mommy and daddy, and that's awesome as well. So whatever your situation, just remember that both your mom and your dad love you. And you know who else loves you? You know it. I love you. Mwah. See you again soon.